So that's going to wrap it up for our Mallard section, and Ian doing such a great job showing us these incredible units. And, you know, we started this whole day doing some line dancing, and ever since then, all I want to do is dance on the stage.
Yep. I mean, doing the electric side.
We'll dance for the best deals, right?
Ooh, we should have competition like that. So that's your best dance video.
You see, we do the supermarket sweep where we do the, Camping World, get the bags basket. That was such a great competition yesterday. And today, we do the line dance competition for the best deals. Don't forget, we are giving away an RV today.
Yes, we are. And we're super excited about that. In fact, we are going into, I might be a little biased, but the Daybreak motorhomes, because our Class A was a Daybreak, and we loved it. Yeah, and that's why I love the fact that you can say, and Ian's going to show us some more of these incredible vehicles, you can say everything there is to know about the inside of a Class A. We're going to look at the Thor Motor Coach Daybreak, the 24 that Ian has and knows all about. So let's turn it over to Ian and start our Daybreak section.
Coming in at 25 foot, 7 inches, with the ability to sleep 5 and a rear slide out in the bedroom. Folks, this is a 2021 Thor Daybreak 24DB. And this is a great floor plan. If you're looking for something that's a little bit shorter, right? Not too short, not too long. You have a walk-around bed instead of a corner bed. This is an excellent option. The 24DB, basically this entire, if you take a look right here, this entire off-camp side is all one big slide out. So that really opens up this main space, right? The living space here as well as the bedroom. It really gives you a lot of room. So I like it because, again, it is a little bit shorter, right? It's under that 26-foot length, but you have a ton of space. And this one is at a great price. You know, I know a lot of people starting to get into it, and when you start doing some RV shopping, especially if you're brand new, you start weighing it out. Okay, you know, maybe I want a bigger travel trailer or a bigger fifth wheel, and I have to get a new tow vehicle. Should I do that? Or do I just go the route of the motorhome? And, you know, as far as price point, it usually ends up being pretty darn close. The great thing about a motorhome, though, is the travel, right? It's the experience of getting to the destination. Because everyone that's riding along is right here. Everyone's comfortable. You have, I mean, look at the seats you get to ride in. You know, you have seat belts right here. You can see that, you know, so you have riders there, plus up front. And if you need to pull over to use the bathroom, you have a bathroom on board. If you need to pull over to access the refrigerator, you can do all of that in a Class C, and this 24B is a great one for it. Let's take a look here at the kitchen space, because that's something that's always going to be important, is making sure you have enough room to cook, and this you definitely do. You have the pop-up countertop extension right there. You'll see the undermount stainless steel sink, because we have the upgraded countertops in here. It lets you undermount the sink, and this is a very deep bowl, so you can put some residential pots and pans. You can actually fit them down in there. High-rise faucet here too, and of course the sink top cover, so if you need to use this as prep space, you absolutely can. Even if you just want to use one side, right? You know, if you're using the countertop extension, you can leave this side in. Otherwise, you can take this side out. You can use this as prep. It gives you a lot of different options. You also have the recessed 3-burner cooktop with the front one there being high output, oven underneath, and you get additional storage under that. You have a bank of 3 drawers right there, plus enough space for a small trash can. Before we make our way back, I do just want to point out a couple things right over here, because these are important and I don't want to miss them. There's an electrical outlet here, so if you need to plug anything in, whether it's on the countertop extension or over here, you know, even if you have a coffee maker back there, you have the electrical outlets to be able to do that. Your battery disconnect is here for the coach, and you also have the solar controller. This one is prepped for solar on the roof. So if you want roof-mounted solar, again, it's already pre-wired, makes it very simple to have that installed. You will see adjustable storage, so you can fit in whatever you want in there. You know, and you can kind of customize that to your liking. Storage up top, microwave underneath that. Big window here too. That's one of the things I really like. You know, because it lets you see out to your campsite, and it brings in a lot of natural light during the day. Now there is a small step up right here, you can see that, so you know, be careful if it is nighttime, if you're coming from the top bunk and you know, making your way back to the bathroom, you want to make sure you're not going to trip, or same thing when you're stepping down. But because this one is just a tiny bit longer, you know, it is a little further away from the bed. You get a little bit shorter, it's a little bit closer there, but this one, you know, again, it's pretty obvious where the step is. Right here is a pantry. The cool thing about this pantry is you have deep pull-out drawers on the bottom. So good storage space right there. Plus you can see the storage running all the way up. fridge freezer combo next to that. This one does run off both propane and electric, and more storage above that yet. You'll also see plenty of vents. You have a vent fan here, you have another vent above the cab over, and you get a vent right here in the back. In a coach this size, it's amazing that you get 3, but I personally really like that, because if you want to open up some windows and you just want to, use the breeze, you can do that. Open them up, open your vents up and just have that, the kind of that cross breeze, that ventilation come through, so you don't have to run the AC. Right here in the back is the bathroom. I'll come back here, take a seat. So as you can see, I have plenty of legroom, great shoulder space, porcelain bowl, meaning that it's going to be easy to clean. Over to this side is our sink top, stainless steel bowl, mirrored medicine cabinet there, and I will take a step in the shower just to show you here. Folks, I'm 6 foot tall, and as you can see, I mean, even without the skylight, I could almost stand up. So, if you're maybe like 5'10", 5'11", you can probably stand up without the skylight, but honestly, the skylight does take up the majority of the shower, so it's probably where you'll stand anyway, and at 6 foot, I can stand up there no problem. I don't have to duck down or anything like that. You have 3 robe hooks here, so you have spots to hang your towels, which is nice and convenient. And then in the very back is the slide-out bed. Now, I'm going to be honest, when I come through here, I have a pretty big butt, so a lot of times my butt does hit the light switch and accidentally turn that off, but you are able to get around to this side, so you don't have to crawl over each other. That's one of the nice things about this floor plan, is that it's not necessarily a corner bed where it's, stuffed into a corner where you have to crawl over someone else to get out and use the bathroom. Here you can get out on your own side and be able to walk around. Storage all across the top there, a couple large windows in the back. You definitely have electrical outlets and USB ports for cell phones, CPAP machines, whatever else. And you have a spot right there at the foot if you want a TV in the bedroom. There is another TV up front, and we'll see that in just a moment. One of the other things I really love about this one is right here. Take a look at how deep that storage is. So you have your hanging rod right up front, plenty of wardrobe space, and you have storage behind it, whether it's for shoes or whatever else you want to put back there, but huge storage. And then underneath, a couple of drawers, plus a little bit of extra storage underneath that. So great storage here in the 24B. As I said, this is just one huge slide out. More storage all the way across above the dinette, windows there. This is a dream style dinette, so it just drops down very easily into a bed. You'll also see cup holders. That's one of those things that, doesn't seem like it's important, but I really like it because, a lot of times I'll stop at a fast food place and I can put a cup right in there. Don't have to worry about it spilling, one that doesn't have a cap on it. And then the kids can, ride down the road. Everyone's nice and safe. We don't have anything spilling. USB port there, speakers here as well in case you want to listen to some music. And then right up front is the other main sleeping spot. Cool thing about this, folks, this is a 800-pound weight capacity. That means you can easily sleep 2 adults up here, no problem. And that's a big deal for me. A lot of Class Cs, that is not the case. A lot of manufacturers out there where, this is like 350 pounds, some are 500, but 800 pounds up here is awesome. You'll see the window over to this side. Again, USB ports, a little nut there, so if you need to charge your cell phone, right, you can just drop it right down in there, charge away. You will see, as I said, the cup holders there, and then the main TV will be located here. You can swing that out and around. Of course, if you're up there, you can watch it, but if you're sitting in the dinette, something like that, you can swing it out and around. And then right up top here, it's a little tough to see, but you have like your HDMI splitter up there, so you can, hook up any auxiliary components, things like that. If you take a look down below, you will notice the cockpit. If you haven't driven a Ford Class C, pretty much most of the cockpits are very similar. This is on the newer chassis, so you're getting the V8 engine in there. Has more torque than the old V10. If you haven't driven it, I do highly recommend it. It's definitely a lot more peppy than the old V10 that's been around since, I think it was like the early 80s is when they came out with that one. So, but I definitely do like the added torque that they have put in there. A couple other things I do want to add on the dinette. There is additional storage right here. You can pull that out. See if I can move this ladder real quick for you here, just to kind of show you. So nice deep storage, and there is an electrical outlet in the dinette there too, so you can plug that in, in the event that you need to do any kind of work or anything while you're on the road. Making our way to the outside, you can see the beautiful graphics package we have on there and the big power awning with the LED light strip. You'll also notice, of course, your mirrors coming out so you can see beyond the body as you would expect. The front cap right here on the front, you have a front 3/4 cap, which looks beautiful. And then, making our way back, we'll sneak right by you here. So we can see a couple different things. If you're going somewhere you don't have water hookups, you want to make sure to fill the fresh water tank. This one has a 40-gallon fresh tank. That's where you'll fill it right there. You're looking at 37-gallon gray tank, 34-gallon black tank on here. So decent-sized tanks as well. Couple electrical outlets. Dropping down, you get the Rotocast bins here, which are super easy to clean out. You can just wash them out. You'll see a light in there too. All of your compartments will have LED lights in them. Same thing as we make our way back. You can see Rotocast bin LED light right there. Another thing I like to talk about when we talk about the Daybreaks is the fact that they send this chassis out to MORryde. It's a professional upfitter. They do a lot of things that a lot of other manufacturers don't do. For example, they computer balance the drive shaft to help take a lot of vibrations out when you're driving down the road. Because the last thing in the world you want is a brand new motorhome and you're driving down the road and it starts shaking a little bit and then everything's rattling in the back. Nobody wants that. And so they make sure that they computer balance that drive shaft to help eliminate that. And also they do a great job of giving maximum storage, and because they're able to control everything for the chassis, they can also control where they put the tanks, so you get kind of those unique tank sizes like the 37-gallon gray tank. If we take a look right back here, of course in the center you can see your backup camera right there, also a ladder so you can climb up onto the roof. You'll see the bumper right back here, but more importantly underneath that is your hitch. Folks, that is a 8,000-pound hitch. You want to talk about some towing power on a gas engine? 8,000 pounds is fantastic. So if you have a larger vehicle or if you need to tow a trailer behind you, this is a good option for it. And as I said, it comes with that big hitch. Your slide out right here, you can see it has 3 of these worm-driven gears on there to make sure that the slide isn't going to shift or anything when it comes out. Very solid. Has the slide out topper on there. I do want to show you real quick some of this other big storage. Take a look at that. Huge storage right over here, which is a big deal because anytime you can get outside storage is a great thing. And then you will also see more storage right in there. And again, this one is lit. Folks, if you like what you have seen on this Daybreak, this 24 DB, this one is starting at $80,000 or $80,505, which is as little as $16.10 a day. All you have to do to claim that is text the word RV to 46642, drop it in the comments section below, or give us a call at 877-297-8725. We do have another Daybreak coming. If you like the Daybreaks, maybe you want something a little bit different in a Class C, we do have a ton of different lines available. All you have to do is text the word fresh to that same number, and we'll be able to show you all the different Class Cs we have and make sure we find the perfect one for you.
With the Camping World Best Price Guarantee, we'll beat any competitor price by $500 guaranteed, or write you a check for $1,000.
I will never lose a deal over price, ever, and I guarantee it.
Learn more today at campingworld.com.
Hi, we're Tiffany and Caleb from Us the Remingtons. We are a traveling family of 3 and soon to be 4.
We absolutely love this lifestyle of hiking, fishing, kayaking, adventuring.
We've lived in an RV for 2.5 years. We first traveled in a Class A motorhome, 36 foot, so spacious. We loved it. And now we have the opportunity to travel in something a little smaller, a little bit more mobile.
We are going from East Coast to West Coast in a brand new 2021 Thor Freedom Elite. And we're so fortunate to partner with Camping World, Gander RV, and Good Sam on this awesome road trip across America.
We're excited to take you on the adventure. Folks, it's Tiffany and Caleb from Us the Remingtons again. And if you've been following along the past couple weeks, you know that we did not win our tent building contest against the Jergies. But we wanted to redeem ourselves and show you that we indeed know how to put a tent together.
That's right. This tent was not already set up by a Camping World employee. We did this all ourselves. We know how to set up a tent.
speaking of, we wanted to share with you guys some of our favorite camp essentials. Caleb and I actually went on a month-long trip back in September on a car tent camping trip, and everything you see on stage is pretty much everything that we fit in our small Toyota Corolla outside of, just our undies and
some socks and underwear besides that. Yeah, so I'll kick it off here. This stove is like nostalgia for me. We had one growing up, and so all the camping we did, my dad would bust out the Coleman 2-burner stove, and
it's so easy and portable.
So portable. You can stick it on a cooler.
We even had a smaller one. We went kayaking on Lake Powell, and I made a burger in the middle of the lake. And I will tell you, everyone that's kayaking past us was looking at us, really inspecting and asking if that was a thing we were doing. And indeed, I made really great grass-fed burgers.
Oh my gosh,
we
a grass-fed jalapeno burger.
Water.
We had a dog, a grill, 2 people on a kayak, and
a cast iron.
Yeah.
You have to cook everything in the cast iron. There's just the taste is so much better.
So much better. Yeah. In the middle of Antelope Canyon with these giant cliffs, and we're sitting there having a barbecue. It was amazing.
Where else did we go? We went to Bryce Canyon. We went to Zion.
Yep.
We went to Sedona.
Sedona was amazing.
We went to Salt Lake City. We went everywhere.
So, yeah.
And we got to tent camp everywhere too, which is the best because we love being able to sit back, look up at the stars, breathe in the nice fresh air. Especially, we were in quarantine for probably a solid 9 months, leaving the house maybe once or twice for the grocery store. So this was such a treat for us.
And I'm a little bit of a bougie camper where I need to have the best sleeping pads. So if you don't have yourself a good sleeping pad at night, make sure you head to your Camping World or Gander RV, get yourself one, because I'm telling you, you get the best night of sleep on these.
Caleb is very, very bougie. Let's make that very clear here on his camping essentials. The mats must come anywhere we go. Even if we're not camping, if we're spending the night at someone's house, he loves to take them as well. They're very portable, so I let him have it. And then the backpacks, we love to go hiking, so we always have one of our camelbacks with us. I actually have that one in a bigger
you do have
size.
this, a little bit bigger, but
which
this is amazing.
Really fun.
But it's true. We have all the essentials, and if you come to a Gander RV or Camping World, you're going to find stuff here that you didn't even know you needed. They have just about everything. Up next, we have another Thor Motor Coach Daybreak. Ian, take it away.
So let's say you want a Class C, but you need to sleep a little more people. Maybe 4, 5, 6, how about 8? Folks, this is the 2021 Thor Motor Coach Daybreak 30DB, and this one is built for a lot of people. It's a little bit longer than the 24DB we saw, of course. This one measures in at 32 feet and 2 inches. But as I mentioned, you can sleep up to 8 people in here, which is awesome. So if you're looking to travel with a lot of people, sleep a lot of people, this is one that you're going to like. We'll start off right over here. One of the things that I love about this floor plan is the fact that they were able to give you a campside dinette. And I personally really like this in any floor plan, whether it's a motorhome, a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, because when I'm at my campsite, at the campground, I want to look out to my campsite, right? I don't want to necessarily look out at my neighbors. I want to be right here. So I love when they do this, especially when you're sipping on your morning coffee, eating breakfast. That is the site that I want. As far as riding, this is a great seat for it. You have some cup holders here as well as right up top. And of course, you can have the legal riders there. And this does drop down into a bed. So, it's going to be one of our sleeping positions right here. You'll see LED lights there as well as USB ports. Now, this is one of those things that I really like here. The reason being that when you're driving down the road, your 120, unless you're running your generator, your 120 is not going to work, right? But your 12 volt still will because it's run off your house batteries. So seeing as how your USB ports are 12 volt, that means that as you're traveling, you can actually charge your cell phone right here. And so that's one of those things that a lot of people don't think about. You see an electrical outlet, you're like, oh, great. But that's not going to work while you're traveling. This right here, well, unless you have an inverter and stuff, which most of them don't, but the USB port will work for your cell phones and everything else. So I do like the fact that they put that where there are seats, especially in a motorhome. Open these guys up, you'll see it's easy one-hand operation because they are strut assisted. I also like when manufacturers do that. You can see the HDMI splitter is built right over there, or placed right over there. I tried to show you in the 24 dB, but that's where it is for all of your HDMI feeds. TV, of course, will be located right there, the same spot. That one does flip out and around, so if you're in the dinette or in the sofa, you can still have a great view to it. And just like in the 24 dB, folks, this one has an 800-pound weight capacity right up front, so 2 adults can easily sleep right up here. Ladder just simply slides right in there. Boom, you are good to go. Now, if you're not, actively sleeping in here, this will attach to this part right here. The ladder will actually go on top, but this of course does remove and slides up there, so you can easily get down into the cab. That's pretty common for most Class Cs, but if you're new to the RV industry, I just wanted to show you so you don't think you have to duck down. This certainly does lift up. The cab itself, you have the dash. Of course, you can see the infotainment center right there in the middle. This is on the new Ford chassis. This one, because it's a little bit bigger, is the Ford E450 rather than the 350. You just need the extra capacity because you have the extra weight with the added length. But it is very comfortable. You have a lot of room there, some cup holders as well. And then coming around to the other side, just like we had in the 24 dB, you will see the USB ports there with your net, so you can drop your cell phone in it. The other cool thing about this one is not only do you have the dinette, but you have the sofa right here. So you want to talk about great travel. Now, this is on a slide, so this does come in, and it seems a lot more intimate when you're traveling because realistically, you'll be sitting right about here. So, anyone that's in the dinette, you're here on the sofa. This is so much fun for people traveling. You can play games, you can talk. Everybody's right here. The driver's involved, passengers involved, everyone's sitting up front. I really do love the traveling aspect when it comes to motorhomes. And Class Cs in general, just because usually you can sleep more people in a Class C than you can in most Class A's. Not always the case. There's definitely exceptions. But, I just love Class Cs for that family travel and really, as I say, enjoying the trip. It's not just about the destination, it's about the trip. And that's really what the Class C hammers home. And again, seatbelts here for riders, cup holders up top. And this is a Jackknife Sofa, so as you would expect, this does fold down into a bed. You will also see that you get added storage right there underneath if you need any bedding or anything else. Plus, you can put some items right back here. It's a good kind of hidden storage spot you normally don't think about, but things aren't going to slide around back there, so you can drop it right back there. Excellent spot. Storage all the way across the top here, a couple LED lights underneath, and then you have the speaker there for the sound system. And then a little bit further over is our kitchen. So if we take a look at the countertop, you can see the kind of L-shaped kitchen. Now, the sink does have covers. Of course, we can take that off to see that nice deep bowl, just like we saw in the 24, a high-rise pull-out faucet there. And you have the same recessed cooktop right over here. And just like we had before, this one has the lights if you like it, the oven, and the additional storage underneath. However, what you will also notice is this right here, which is the power tower. So if you need to plug anything in, you have 3 outlets there, plus a couple USB ports. Super simple and easy to use. You push it down when you don't want it. When you do, you kind of push on this outside ring. Then you can pull up just like that, and you are good to go. Microwave there, additional storage up top, and of course, storage right down underneath. I do want to show you that this floor plan has a specific spot for the trash can, which if you've seen my videos, you know that's a big one for me, plus 3 additional drawers. Refrigerator will be located right over here. That does run off both propane and electric, and you have additional storage up top. If we're taking a look at the ceiling, you will see that this one has 3 vents, kind of like we had in the 24, right? You have one above the bed, one here midship, another one in the bedroom, plus we have ducted AC all the way throughout. Main control panel will be located right over here, but just like the 24, this one does have the battery disconnect as well as the solar prep controller right there by the door. But you can see everything here, including the genset, because both models do come with a generator. One of the great things about a Class C is you are very self-sufficient. Now, the 30 dB is at its heart a bunk model, which is what we have here. Obviously, you have the cab over sleeping space, but you have another one right here, 71 inches long. So if you're 6 foot, probably not going to be for you, but 250-pound weight capacity. So it is great for, any larger teens, or if you're an adult and you want to curl up a little. If you're, again, if you're above 71 inches, it's a great bed. You'll also see that you have a TV right there at the foot of the bed. So if you're sitting here, you can watch TV. Now underneath, right, is our dinette. Now, a couple things I like about this. See if I can lock that one in there. There we go. So we have the dinette right down underneath. And the cool thing about this is this also drops down into a bed. And if we drop this down, you will see that you have space for a TV right there too. So not only have a TV up top, but you also have one right down underneath. And I like this because it's another spot to, basically sit. You can have a meal together, but it also will drop down into that sleeping space, which is what helps give this one that total sleep number of 8. So lots of sleeping in here. And I love that both top and bottom bunk have TV, so the kids aren't fighting over who gets which bunk. So we make our way into the bedroom. Right here is the toilet at 6 foot tall, 210 pounds. I have plenty of leg space, also good shoulder space. And the sinks, or the sink top is cut back a little bit, which is perfect. I can put my hand right up here, and honestly, this is kind of comfortable. Porcelain bowls, so it's easy to keep clean. You have a toilet paper holder already installed, some storage underneath the sink, as well as a big medicine cabinet. You can see that right up top there. Electrical outlet, extended countertop here. And then the shower, I'll show you real quick as well. As I step in the shower again at 6 foot, you can see I have more than enough space, especially with that big skylight, so I don't have to duck down here whatsoever. Stepping back out, we'll take a look at the back in the bedroom here. So as we come to the back, we'll see the queen bed. This is a walk-around queen. You have nightstands on both sides with electrical outlets and USB ports. One side has some additional storage, as well as the wardrobe storage there. Plus you have storage all the way across the top. Lastly, at the foot of the bed here, if I open this guy up, boom, there you go. More wardrobe space, right? As well as the drawer underneath. More here, and check this out. Dun, 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 dun. You have space back here. If you want a TV, this is where you'd put the TV. You can just take this off or mount it right to the front if you want. That will work. Just drill a hole in there so you can bring the cords through. Put the TV right there. You're good to go. You can still lift it up and access everything behind it. Folks, here's the thing. We've been going through the show. We're on week 4 now. There's a ton of great RVs, and there's a lot of RVs out there. Let's say you're shopping for a Class C. You have something lined up. You think you have a good deal. I'm here to tell you that Camping World will beat it. I don't care if we're talking a Daybreak like we are right now, if it's a Coleman, if it's a Chateau, a Four Winds, a Forester, Jayco, Greyhawk, I don't care what it is, we will beat the price. And here's the great thing, if for some reason we can't do it, you just have a rock bottom deal and we're not able to do it, you'll be $1,000 richer. We'll give you $1,000, folks. It is truly that simple, and all you need to do to take advantage of that, if you have a pending deal, you're watching this right now, and you think you have the best deal out there, text BEAT to 46642. That's BEAT to that number, and I'm telling you, we will beat that deal, or we will give you $1,000. Scout's honor. Coming on out here, the Daybreak 30DB. Power awning, as you'd expect, with LED light strip, so you have that right here, kind of creating your main campsite. Electrical outlet, in case you need to plug anything in. Dropping down is storage. So rotocast bins with the lights, kind of like we saw on the 24, right? Easy to clean, great storage. Making our way right up front real quick, I want to show you this too. This I love because this is a big storage that is easy to access. Anytime it's on the campsite, it's going to be easier to get to, meaning you're going to use it more often. So when you have big storage here, you have easier access to more items, and that's always a bonus in my book. You'll also see outside TV with a sound bar, so if you want to sit out here and watch a show, you can do that. That sound bar gives you great sound quality, whether you're watching a show or if you're just listening to some music. Either way, you're good to go. Making our way to the back a little bit. If we look up top, just like we saw before, this one has that slide out topper on there. Why is that important, you may ask? Well, if you're parked underneath anything, whether it's a tree, maybe it's a pine tree, maybe, basically anything, right? Maybe there's a bird up there and it's pooping, right? This will protect the top of that slide out, especially from sticks and stuff that fall from trees. Right here, they'll fall on top of that topper, so when you roll it in, those will just fall off rather than get in the seals and damage the seals, because that's the last thing you want. And that does come as a standard, which is awesome. You also see the rear ladder, and just like we had before, you get the backup camera right up top and the 8,000-pound hitch down below. Now remember, this one is a little bit bigger than that 24, so if you're towing some extra heavy weight, you want to make sure you're packing a little bit lighter. But folks, something like this is awesome, and it is a great deal. This one is starting at $91,175. That is as little as $18.24 a day. And all you have to do to claim this one is text RV to 46642.